Now, Jamal Khashoggi got a really fucking hard time in Saudi Arabia. Oh, not Saudi Arabia. It was Turkey that he got slaughtered in, but it was Saudi Arabia that done it to him. And they finally have come out and they have said that, yeah, he died. It was the results of a fist fight.
Yeah, a fist fight.
60-year-old man.
But it was first. It was like it was a bad interrogation. Interrogation went wrong or something. They're pinning it on other people.
Yeah, they've arrested like 20 different people. And anyway, before all of this stuff came out, we of course we have a president that believes Saudi Arabia over his own intelligence communities.
Of course he does. But he already hates the media.
And he has dealings with Saudi Arabia. He really does. And
he does.
We've known this forever and fucking ever.
Mm-hmm.
Got to get back into those cuss words. Not using cuss words there for a minute. Put me back. So we have Pat Robertson, who is going to be discussing our alliance with Saudi Arabia, which is interesting because I wouldn't think that Pat would want an alliance with Saudi Arabia.
Well, no, he
what with those Muslims?
Yeah, we're good. Anyway, I'm going to let him speak for himself. Here we go.
The plot thickens on this matter of this Saudi journalist. What happened to him? But what I'm saying, I'll say it now and I'll say it over and over again. We've got to cool the rhetoric.
You're responsible for the rhetoric.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry.
The rhetoric?
Cool the rhetoric. Sorry. He's getting so old that he slurs everything. He's like, cool
the rhetoric?
Yeah.
I mean, sorry. Yeah, they killed a guy. A person, another human being was
permanent U.S.
killed.
resident.
I thought you were pro-life there, buddy.
They murdered him for no capital crime.
No. For being a journalist critical of the regime.
Yeah.
Yes, however.
What? And then they're like, it was an interrogation that went wrong. What? Interrogating for what? Interrogating for what? There.
Well, and the interesting thing is that I've had numerous people all over social media ask me, so why should we get involved? Why should we get involved? And I was like, well, because that was a U.S. permanent resident. You know, he wasn't a citizen. He was a permanent resident who had children who are citizens in this country.
Right. And he could have become a citizen. Yeah, he would have been eligible to become a citizen.
And he worked for an American company.
Yeah.
And then on top of that,
also
he was killed, and this is the thing. He was killed by an ally of the United States,
right,
in the consulate of their country in another one of our allies' countries.
Yeah, this is something we should be involved in.
Saudi Arabia, yeah, okay, that's great. You're an ally of ours. We send you weapons, you send us money, kind of thing. Turkey is a NATO ally, which means that our alliance with them is a lot fucking stronger than the one with Saudi Arabia. Mm-hmm. What's Saudi Arabia giving us? We had a base during the Gulf War, because I remember my old man telling me about them building it up out there out in Riyadh, but they had to leave because they didn't want them in there anymore. The American forces were not allowed to be stationed there anymore. So I don't know if there's still something there. I don't give a fuck. But the problem is that Turkey is much more of an ally because they are a wedge that we can use in the Eastern Bloc countries. They're a good foothold. But I find it interesting that Saudi Arabia is lying their asses off about it, and Turkey's just going, "Hey, let's just drive a wedge between these two."
Mm-hmm.
Using up every little bit of a human that they had on this whole thing. So I'm going to let Pat talk because that was 12 seconds. And God damn it, we've gone 5 minutes already.
Okay.
And what the president is trying to do is to give the Saudis an out, and calls for sanctions and calls for punitive action against the Saudis is ill-advised.
Magnitsky Act. Magnitsky Act was passed for this kind of reason. And Magnitsky was a member, I believe he was a member of the press, but he was also not a citizen of the United States.
Right. He was. He wasn't.
Russia. Yeah.
Why? Because our main enemy in the Middle East is Iran. They are the fomenters of terrorism, and they're killing a lot of people.
Iran
is not an enemy state.
No, it's not our main.
They're
enemy.
One of the axis of evil that they tried pushing out during the
during
the latest
during the Bush administration, but we worked with the government of Iran like a lot.
Yeah, we had a pretty good deal with the with the nuclear deal that we had with them, but
but even then, even going back to the Gulf War, Iran was not an adversary.
No, it was organizations that function within Iran that we had issues with, not
we've been
the Iranian government.
We've been perpetually pissed off at Iran for a long fucking time, ever since the Ayatollah came in. The thing is, before we even go to Iran, that we're talking about here.
I mean, kind of our fault. So that's
definitely our fault.
Yeah, that's.
Why do you guys hate America so much?
Because we're terrible.
We don't. I mean, we don't. We're just willing to admit that mistakes were made.
Now, especially people like Pat that want to say that Saudi Arabia is our ally, need I remind you that most of the 9/11 hijackers, or 11/9 if you're outside the United States, they were from Saudi Arabia. Osama bin Laden, Saudi Arabia. You know, they are the home of Islam, really, because they have Mecca, Medina in that country, and let's not forget that they are also a mostly Sunni Wahhabism, which is the fucking cutthroat version that you get with ISIS and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
These guys really shouldn't be our allies. I don't know why we're allied with them.
You do.
It's military-industrial complex, money and oil. Yes, I get it. Yes.
Yeah. It is. That's capitalism.
Capitalism.
Oh, capitalism.
So, while they're starving and killing people in Yemen. I mean...
Oh, you mean blowing up a school bus of children?
Right. Yeah.
That happened.
Worst famine in decades, Worst
famines and shit. Mm-hmm. Oh, their prince has actually killed political rivals.
Oh, yeah, there's that thing. Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's because our president likes the strong men. That's right.
Yes,
he does. Eric Prince and Jared Kushner have relationships with this guy, so... I heard they were chatting on WhatsApp.
Jared Kushner is in our pocket.
Anyway.
And he is. No, he is. He just is.
Pat. Come on, Pat.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got Assad in Syria, who's killing many, many, many thousands of people and causing millions of refugees.
Yes.
Funny thing there, Pat. If you understood your global politics here, if you actually studied this shit or looked at it more than your Christian worldview allows you to, you would know that Iran has been sending troops into Syria to try to fucking lock it back down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And guess who else is on the side of Iran? And I forget who the Bashir al-Assad on their side is. Russia.
Yeah.
Russia, Iran, and Assad are trying to take back the country. I don't agree that it should be at this point where it is. However, somebody needs to stop the fucking war. I don't want it to be an authoritarian government because that's what the people are trying to get out of. At the same time, there needs to be a return to somewhat fucking normalcy in that country because
there was a lot of normalcy. Like in Afghanistan, they had like burgeoning democracy and they had and then Russia went in and then the US went in and we completely destabilized anything and we put people in power.
Yeah, how about them proxy wars?
And we gave guns and military training to the Taliban. What? Where have I heard that before? Where have I heard the name Taliban before?
Oh, yeah. The ones that we invited to the White House.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those ones.
Yeah, Donnie Rumsfeld's people. So, yeah. Pat, what are you going to say here?
You got one journalist who...
Oh, just one. Just
sure.
One.
Just
one. Suffer the one to live,
Who knows? Was it interrogation? Was he assassinated? Were there rogue elements? Who did it?
What's the difference?
The Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, is in Saudi Arabia today seeking answers from the Saudi royal family over that missing journalist.
That's how investigations work.
Yeah, that's how it works. When you want to know what happened, you ask the person who did it. That's
right.
And Saudi Arabia's going over there. What happened? I don't know.
I have this calendar.
We have this calendar, and as you can clearly see, this was
as you can see. It says no kill Khashoggi on this day.
Exactly.
We were lifting weights with Tobin.
And Squee came over to Saudi Arabia specifically.
Don't forget Peach Day.
But you know what? They don't take part of skis though. They don't have skis.
No skis. No skis
allowed in that country.
No,
just
the
clearly it's marked here that there was no Devil's Triangle that day.
No Devil's Triangle. Nope.
But I mean, you're allowed to boof as much as you want if you're using Kavanaugh's definition.
Yes, there was lots of ralphing
much
and boofing.
Yes, much ralphing and boofing.
Okay,
but no alcohol.
None.
They don't like beer.
Journalist, and allegedly, who was killed by, they think, Saudi operatives, but they don't know for sure. And Wendy, I just don't think you've got $100 billion worth of arms sales, which is, that's one of those things. But more than that, we've got to have some Arab allies. We have to have it. We cannot alienate our biggest player in the Middle East.
Biggest player in the Middle East.
Does he know we're in Morocco? Does he know we're in Morocco? We have a whole military base in Morocco. Like, that's a key point in the Middle East. That's a key point in the Middle East.
It does. Yeah.
And
but it's funny he led with this $100 billion arms deal that he's talking about. Pat, do you own stock in some of these arms companies? Is that what you're talking about here? Because that's what it suspiciously sounds like to me. You went with that instead of ally at first.
No.
But no, he was talking about how we need this. Do we really?
Well, and come to find out, there's actually not $800 billion arms deal that was on the table. Had to worry about it. It was just Trump doing what Trump does, and making shit up.
Yeah, Trump's gonna Trump.
Oh yeah, we need to not sugarcoat it. He was fucking lying. He's a liar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
fucking lying.
He's lying. He's a lying liar face.
Let's see if he has anything else to add.
Who's a bulwark against Iran?
But can we have somebody that's killing journalists that are U.S. residents is the question.
Boom! Fucking she came right back out. She got fired for this. No, I'm kidding. No, she didn't really.
No, she was setting him up. We know which. So I want to hear what he says.
Yeah, okay.
We've had so many people killed. I mean, we had CIA people killed in Lebanon. People have been taken hostage over the years. I know it's bad, but I mean, we've had all kinds of stuff, but you don't blow up an international alliance over one person. I mean, I'm sorry.
I think Archduke Ferdinand would have something to say. Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
I'm like, we had a world war over this shit, dude. So
it's not unprecedented.
Over one person.
And we should take a moral stance. We actually should.
Mm-hmm.
When it's in the open, it's apparent. Like everybody knew about it.
When they're willing to kill one person out in the open, how many people are they willing to kill?
Yeah, we're not even talking about like clandestine shit. We're not even talking like Mossad levels of like being egregious about things where they're putting fucking like bombs on the sides of cars and motorcycling up to people and shooting them in through their car and shit.
Right.
We're talking about they lured the guy into the place and then they took him out in pieces. It's like,
I'm about to say something that most liberals won't like. I'm pretty sure Obama would have been like, "This is bad," and then kept working with them.
Oh, he would have. Yeah, absolutely. Because
sure he would have.
The highest echelons of our government are military-industrial complex. The place where I live nearby has been a base that's been in this area for decades and decades and decades, and it's had the same fucking buildings that have been there since probably when the place was initially set up.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who has brand new buildings up there? People that are there to do contract work.
Yep.
On the base. They're building on the military base, which is something I had never heard of in my entire time living out this way.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and stay friends with the Saudis. Oh, that's great.